The team at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media wants to take the time to thank our sponsors, Bryant Family Medicine and Heather Martinez Realtor. We also want to thank our support staff, Valerie Rutherford, Allison Messer, Larry Spicer, Addison Sloan, John North, Shane Shackford, and last but not least, Keisha Ambergy. With the support of our fine sponsors, our dedicated staff, and you, the members, we are all working on one goal, the promotion of student athletes. With this team, we can't miss.
Hi, I'm Heather Martinez, active community member and your realtor. Give me a call or text 606-344-0217, or you can reach me by email, heather.martinezrealtor@gmail.com.
I'm going to say your co-host, Mark Gregory, and I guess the host, Edward Hall's going into his daily hiding. People that watches this show, they understand that Edward, he suffers from stage fright. It takes him about 20 minutes to start kicking it in, and then once he gets going, he's all right. He's like a snowball that you have to roll in the snow. That was pretty funny. He's got a pretty good show lined out. He's got, of course, from Clay County, we got Ella and Anna Samples, and we want to get them on all year. But I'm telling you, the one thing about these shows and about the baseball softball season, you wink and it's over. I don't know. I don't know by percentages which sports is the shortest and which sports is but in my opinion, it seems like baseball and softball flies. Of course, we got Jocelyn Woosley from Louisville Mail, just somebody that we've got in touch with a lot of the mail people up there, and that's just a fine group of people. And talking about the person himself, here he is.
Well, I heard you spitting untruthful facts there at the beginning, whatever the big fancy word was you used a couple weeks ago.
You said it was politically incorrect.
Yeah, that word. In case you can't see, there's like a custom made jacket right there for my little girl that's hanging behind me. So,
and as you see, my whole wardrobe over here, I've already told the story. It doesn't matter where I put this computer in this man cave; it still shows this. I don't know. I don't know.
That is probably the most accurate comment that's been put on. Thank you, Sebastian, for realizing that Edward is the better looking brother with the flex.
Well, Sebastian, the story about him is he's blind in one eye and he can't see out the other. So, never trust never trust.
Well, last time I checked, he had perfect vision. So
that's your story. I bet he's got a wad full of money too after that payout.
He probably does have a wad full of money, but not for me paying him out. But on a serious note, I am excited for our guest that we're bringing on. We made the trip to Tate's Creek a few weeks ago to get to cover some great softball action, and we was trying to cover some baseball action while we was up there too. But unfortunately, the baseball game didn't end till we left. It went like a 4-hour stride. So, I felt bad for them kids because, they just got done playing 4 straight hours, and then they had to turn around and play another game right after that. So, them young men had to be very, very exhausted. But, while we're waiting on our first guest, what's the plans for Mark?
Well, the plans for Mark after the show, Prayers out for Amy. She's in the hospital. Took a little sugar incident today, but getting her better. But I'll go up there for sure tonight. And then later on in the week, I'm gonna see how the draw works out, and maybe these two young ladies that are coming on right now, maybe they could help us. Where's this draw? What time this draw is, and maybe educate us because I have no idea. You probably do, Edward. You'll probably say, "I just not gonna tell you."
Well, that's just part of it. But are you ready to bring on our first set of guests?
Yeah, I'm absolutely ready.
Well, I thought I was going to.
It's called clicking the button.
I did click the button, but I clicked it twice. That was the problem. So, first off, I want to thank y'all for taking your time to come on.
Oh, thank you for having us.
So,
And
before I
we
get
also
you
want to thank you for coming on such short notice too. Edward's a procrastinator. He puts everything off to last second, and he's like, "Can we get them on? Can you ask them? Can you ask them?" But thank you for coming on such short notice. We've been wanting to do this all year, but the season's been flying.
Yeah.
So
I'll
that's
tell on
gonna
you,
be
Edward. I'll tell on you.
well. That's your story, but we that is something that I was wanting to ask you. Does it feel like that softball and baseball season just goes by like way too quick?
Yes, it does for sure.
So I gotta get your thoughts on how you think your season went.
I think it went pretty good. There was some games that we probably should have done a little bit better. But overall, I mean, I think we did pretty good.
So Mark, the floor is yours.
Well, Trent Baker said, "Let's go Twins." So I'm sure who he's rooting for. I think we might be talking to him. But I already get love. I do these shows every week, and nobody ever sends me no love. And you're in here for like a minute and a half and getting all kinds of love. So yeah, I give it up. But uh, the one thing that really impresses us, and quote me if I'm wrong, they're both freshmen, right?
Yeah.
And playing at the level that you do. That's and we're always talking about. Well, thank you, Trent. Thank you, Trent. Well, Edward took you off. Somebody finally showing me some love. My own
Well,
kids want to show me love. They just want
we
money.
can't let nobody get inflate your head up too much.
What is that? That little heart emoji. Yeah. But yeah, just seeing Ian's perform at the levels that Ian's do, and just very impressive. Uh, just tell us, and you both can speak of this. What do you do to get yourselves ready to be playing at this type of level you're playing at, considering how young you are?
Practice. We have team practices, and then we'll get extra reps after practice, and we play like travel ball in the summer. Yeah, just a lot of reps.
So talk a little bit about your travel ball season and your thoughts on that. Maybe the similarities and maybe the differences between what you're doing now and then what you do in travel ball.
Travel ball we play a lot more games, so we get more practice, and some of the pitchers they may be like faster. And we played in high school division travel ball, and it was just a lot different from middle school. Yeah, so it like to practice. Yeah, it prepared us a lot for school ball. Yeah.
I don't know if you heard me rattling on before we brought you on, and I'm sure Edward probably knows the answer, but Edward don't ever tell me anything. But do you know anything about the draw about when it's happening and what time, and are you planning on like going to it, watching it, or are there any plans on that?
Well, we know it's not at Friday, but probably around noon,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah. And we'll probably watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'll probably suck doing too. Everyone probably knows the answer, you just won't tell me. And Chelsea, what, Edward, that middle name's yours. I'm just gonna say Chelsea Lewis, the best girls on and off the field. I agree with you, Chelsea. These two young ladies are freshmen. It looks like we've had them on their shows for 35 years already, so they must have been playing like in preschool or something like that, varsity level. But yeah, we had them on a few times, and we knew that we couldn't end our season without bringing it on. It's almost like a tradition now. So we'll still be able to keep you up for a few more years anyway. Kids go signing the big NIL contract.
Yeah.
But of course, I probably already asked you this. I think I already know the answer to this already. But for the viewers that don't know, are there other sports that you just play?
Yeah, we play basketball, and we just started running cross country last year.
Mm. Oh, when you said cross country, I just saw something like going Edwards said, ding. Oh, yeah. Edwards starting to become our cross country specialist. So I'm sure he's going to be hitting you up some questions on that. But we know what your team goals are.
But I got to ask.
Say, I know he's going to cut me off. Yeah, here we go. Go for it. So I knew he'd get fired up on
the first cross country meet I went to. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but was there like little to no type of coverage there? Like no photographers, no media people, nothing. Have you seen any of those through your time running at cross country?
No, there's not many.
So the first one I went to, I will have to say that I actually fell in love with cross country because everybody's cheering for everybody, no matter if you're the first place runner or you're the one that's coming in last. Everybody's cheering for everybody. Yeah. Well, no, you'd be the one that was taking 12 water breaks, Mark.
I still wouldn't cheer for nobody. I'd be sitting there tripping. I'd do whatever it takes to win.
Before I get you back over to it.
We got a story here. She's wanting to tell.
My first cross country meet, it was raining, and we was going down a hill, and I fell and got mud all over my back and in my hair.
So you probably wasn't in the best of moods that day, was you?
I was not in the best mood. That was a great start for her. Yeah.
So I do got to ask you. I think it was at Williamsburg. Have you all had to run the course at Williamsburg?
Yeah.
In cross country.
I think that was.
So
was that?
The first time I went there, it was raining and very muddy, and a young man was coming out there running, holding one shoe in his arm while he was still running. So if you ever seen something like that, have y'all had to do that?
No, we never had to do that.
Well, I gotta give the guy credit, and he might. I don't know if he'll pull the picture up because I'll see like I comment. I'll totally like get him to do it like every week, but now he did actually maybe took the best photo in the history of photography in one of them cross country meets. It's just. If he pulls it up, you got to look at this guy's hair. It's like blowing through the air. The hair's all back, and there's about 1,000 like different small stories with this picture. But he's probably looking it up if I'm thinking correct. But while he's doing that, back to softball, and we know what your team goals are. Hey, and you have did very, very well. See, there he goes. There he goes.
Oh
now look at the hair. The hair is can't beat that hair.
It's so majestic. Yeah.
Nah, he's a good interview. We've had him on a couple of times too. We have good laughs about that, and I mean, just like me, if I was running, my hair would be blowing through the air too. So. But we know what your team goal is. It's everybody's team goal, and of course, it's been succeeding really good this year. What is it going to take for you to win region, go and win state?
Just getting a lot of reps in hitting because I know some of the teams have really good pitchers, so we just have to be prepared for the pitchers and just make sure our pitchers are doing good and our fielding is backing them up.
Yeah, I think our most important thing is we got to hit the ball.
Yeah.
Okay, without starting World War III at the home front, okay, I know there's some rivalry between you two, okay. So on your racing stuff, I'm not gonna say a cross country deal, but if it's like had a 100-yard dash, who's gonna win?
Me, me for sure.
Well, at least they both agree to it,
Yeah.
Well, you see, I can't get Edward to agree with anything. I'm like bigger, stronger, faster than him, and I know I sort of feel sorry for him when we compete, but Edward,
The only thing he's got on me is less hair.
Oh my God.
but I got dad fuel.
Yeah, there we go.
So I do got to ask you, being a multi-sport star, how does going from one sport to the next help you get ready for your next sport?
It keeps us in shape.
Yeah,
for
we stay in
sure.
shape.
Well, listen, I can tell you from my experience between covering sports, I think I'm probably about in the best shape of my life from all the walking and running I have to do nowadays.
Yeah.
So I can imagine you all out there on the field and then running cross country, because I think it's what, 3.5 miles that you all run. Is that right?
I think it's 3.1, maybe
Yeah, something like that.
5K.
See, I get exhausted driving that far, so I can imagine running. So
Yeah. It will shoot. Cross country this season was rough.
Let me ask you one thing. I
but,
got to cut
you
in
know,
on
I
the
am
cross.
kind of looking.
I got to cut in on this right here on the cross.
Go ahead, Mark.
I'm sure you're both very by the book type individuals, but how tempted is it? Is it like try not like to push somebody, trip somebody, or just something like? How tempted is that to do that? Not to do it. Not to do it.
Well, I've never wanted to do that.
So you've never been tempted to like try to push somebody or trip somebody or.
No, I have maybe.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. If,
Well,
if
see,
ever was like
I'm
running by
tempted to
me, I
trip
was
Mark every time I'm around him.
yeah, especially when I'm holding like a pop or something like that. Yes, that's a story for a different day.
What a story. So, we normally have another guest comes on that likes to ask a food question. So, Mark, do you want to ask it?
Okay, Manchester. Manchester's sort of like in my hometown of Williamsburg here. You probably got about 4 restaurants and you got about 45 banks and 32 gas stations. So, well, what we're going to ask you, what is your most favorite spot to eat in Manchester?
Our Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
It's
for
so
sure.
good.
Is that the one over there in that little mall like deal or there by
Yeah.
the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out Ray.
So no Pizza Pro there.
There is a Pizza Pro.
So you don't like it? You put the Mexican in front of it.
Yeah.
I like Mexican better.
Well, Edward, you want to tell them the Mexican story?
So, well, hold on before I do that. Now I'm gonna got my food story to tell about Mark here. So, we was in Lexington covering, a nice little set of games up there. We decided to go to Gaddy Town to eat, and there's one slice of pepperoni pizza left on the buffet. this guy goes and pushes down a little old lady just to get that slice of pizza. So would you all do that for the last slice of pizza on the buffet?
Depends on how hungry I am.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Well, they understand, Edward. You can't live on love. You got to eat.
Yeah, how do you think we hit so many home runs?
See? They got
Well,
pregame
see,
ritual. They go cold cock the old woman and hit a home run every time.
Yeah.
Well, I can see it now. But speaking of pregame rituals, do you all have like one set thing that y'all do before every single game, or is it just you just try to get in the zone ready to go?
I usually just try to get in the zone. Yeah.
They absolutely do it. You see a lot of pictures of them holding a home run ball. I think I've seen one of them holding them together, so they must both knocked a home run in that game, though. I mean, they're
Yeah, that was
balls.
the first game we had on the new field. Yep.
Wow. So you opened the new field home runs.
Yeah.
Yep. A ball like that.
No better way to open a new field right there.
Well, a ball like that might eventually like wind up like that little like a museum or something like that. Because I know they got the little Bobby Keith, basketball deal. Eventually they're going to probably have like a softball deal, football deal there too, and that'd be a pretty nice gesture. Was it the first home run that was hit in the new field, or was they?
Yeah. Anna's was the first one, and then I hit one, and then Casey Lust, another girl on our team, hit one.
Wow, that'd be something awesome.
Yeah, it would.
Did you get the ball signed or anything like that? That you was the first official one to hit a home run in the new field, or?
Yeah, we did.
No, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. And they do it quite a bit. It just as young as they are, of course, the bigger, stronger, faster, definitely going to happen with them. Can you imagine how they're going to be hitting balls at their junior level, their senior level? So I wouldn't want to pitch them. No.
Well, from the stats I've seen, because that's all I can do nowadays is a stat person. So, if I'm coaching, I'm going to have to be intentionally walking them every time because them knocking the ball around like they do, there's no way I'm pitching to them.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. And I'd say every time we get somebody from Clay County on the show, folks go down to that campus. That campus ain't 10 years ago. That campus is now. That place is absolutely beautiful. You see construction everywhere on that campus. Somebody's pouring a lot of money into that school at that campus. And I don't know. You look at the football field, you look at the softball field, you look at everything. The Bobby Keep Museum down there. It's beautiful. It's just and that's going to attract a lot of student athletes when they see that. And I mean, just the place is amazing how that's from what it was 10 years ago to what it is now. It's a complete. It don't even look the same.
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah.
So I do got to ask you, do you like the new softball field better than you did the old one?
Yes. I love the turf. I do too.
So you didn't like sliding on the nice dirt fields and bumping elbows on rocks or nothing like that?
No, that wasn't my favorite. Well, the best thing about being a catcher is that I don't even have to run the bases. So I don't really slide much.
Mark, you got any more questions before I show them a few things we made up?
No, just again, Yin's get every time we bring Yin's on, we know what we're going to get out of it. We're going to get some laughs, and Yin's get it at the age that Yin's are right now. There's so much to life as far as what you have to put up with at school and practice and just everyday personal business. It's good to just laugh and have a good time, and hopefully we've made your night because you just definitely made our nights. And
Yeah.
just again, thank you for coming on, especially thank you for coming on such short notice. Wish you both the best of luck in your futures, and go get it. You know what you need to do now.
Thank you.
So we do tend to make a couple graphics for each student athlete that comes on our show, and hopefully Mark didn't get me all mixed up. But out
I
of the
gave you the
graphics that we
names
put
up
together,
under it. I gave you the names up
I know
under it.
I'm just trying to lay the blame on you.
Okay.
No, I'm just messing with you. But out of the two graphics we put
I
together,
still don't
I'm gonna
trust you.
show each one of you. I'm gonna show each one of you your first graphic, then the second graphic. Tell me which one of the two you like the most.
Okay. Ooh, that one's good. I like that one. Let's see the. Oh, look at that. Okay. I like the first one. Mmm. Okay. Oh, that one's good. Yeah. Hmm.
So out of the one that has the 3 or the single, which one did y'all like the best?
I think I liked the one with 3.
I like the one with 3.
See, told you, Mark. There's nothing wrong with the OG graphic.
But they still
Am I
like
wrong?
the single.
More's always better.
Yeah.
See,
But yeah,
more's always
The
better.
one was still great though.
I was gonna do the lightning
But
deal, but they say they don't look like lightning. They say it looks like I'm taking like a arthritis attack or something.
I just say it's too much caffeine. Is what I tell you.
There you go.
But I do want to thank y'all for taking your time to come on. Want to wish you best of luck, and again, thank you. And from everything that I'm seeing, you all are killing it. Your team's killing it, and just keep putting up the numbers like y'all are doing, and the stats like you're doing, and the sky's the limit for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, Mark. You got any final thoughts, Mark?
No, just like I said, just best of luck in the future. When you go sign them NIL deals here a few years from now, if you need to get rid of some of that money, remember us old poor guys. I can find a way to spend it real quick.
Okay.
But again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good interview.
Great
And,
guest. Great interview.
Yeah.
So,
And
Mark, are you ready for?
Absolutely. And you know what I did? I hadn't turned on my air in this room, so I'm starting to become a sweated up mess. Yeah. So I've learned a lesson today. When you're drinking 100-degree coffee in a 100-degree room, it normally brings I feel like I'm in a sauna right now or something.
So, are you ready to bring on our next guest?
I'm absolutely ready.
See if I can actually click the first time and bring them on. Ah, see? Look here.
Right or
this
wrong.
time.
First click.
I can't hear you all.
Uh-oh.
So,
I knew he
Mark,
messed something up. Can you hear me? Oh.
Can you hear me?
Might send her another link. See if I'll send her another link.
Well, if my phone won't quit
I'll
acting
send you
up.
a link.
Hold on. I left and I'm gonna rejoin.
Oh. Well, while we're waiting, and hopefully we can get her on pretty soon. And always that thing called, I can't pronounce it, difficulties, tech difficulties. Here,
Technical.
let's go ahead and remove this box before do we need to remove this one first?
I did.
Okay, you did say okay. That may that help. Can you hear
Okay,
us
can you hear
now?
us now?
Yes, I can now.
Oh yeah, we're good to go.
So, Mark, I'm gonna let you start this one because if you remember, you had a question you wanted to ask her. If you remember,
No.
you was gonna do it for you was gonna ask her a question about a good friend of ours that we was talking to up there at the softball game.
Maybe you might want to ask her the question because I got a relaxed brain.
All right,
I
so
had like a
yeah,
thousand questions I was wanting to ask her, but I didn't want to embarrass her. I do want to bring up something though after the question though.
so we got a good friend that was wanting to know what college you're going to, so they can go ahead and start looking for places up there, so that way
Oh,
they can
okay,
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, 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 yeah. I did absolutely forget that.
Um, I don't know yet.
But
Yeah.
We'll see. See where
we
I end
tried,
up.
we tried, we tried.
We tried. I'm sure he's listening, but yeah, we tried. I did forget that. They ever reminded me of it. So yeah, we at least we tried.
So before I let Mark have you, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you all went to a super regional now, right?
Yes, we're in postseason now.
So is this your first year doing the super regional?
No, we've been in the region several times.
So do you like the new setup that they've done where that every team gets a chance? Or
I think she's rose up. Well, I was thinking on that last. Yeah, you might want to tell her to. No, there she is. There's some. I think she's back. Are you back?
Yes,
Yeah, I can
so
barely
Mark,
I
hear.
think it's a good opportunity though for everybody to get a chance to play to go to regionals.
Brian says girl needs to get her internet together.
I'm not worried about him. It's
Oh,
okay.
shots fired. Shots fired.
That's our fired over here.
uh, Jocelyn, I've got to ask. I'm gonna bring up something to you, then I'm gonna ask you something. I'm not here to try berries. Yeah, I know you can have a good time with us, but would you show the audience? Could you just flex for us one time here, just, folks? If you not see right, look at that, folks. Look at that.
Oh.
And my ass, like, do you keep up like in curling weight? Do you like bench press and do the stuff like that, or the other certain exercises you do, or I mean, do you have like maxes that you could do on the weights, or
I
that's not
don't
normal.
know about like all the maxes, but I do like CrossFit workouts with my trainer.
See, after she flicks right there, she's gonna have about 25 D1 call choppers. I guarantee that. They're like, what? Yeah, yeah. They're coming now. By the way, when you sign the NIL deal, just remember I'm the one who got that rolling with the arm flex and cut me out a little bit of that money a little bit there.
Okay.
Um, I think I was where me and a certain man's really close to you became friends on Facebook and stuff, and of course, he posts these proud pictures up and stuff. It looks like you had a dance there, maybe last weekend or something.
Yes, I
So,
went to.
so tell me how that goes to you. Are you I mean, again, I'm not here to bear, but are you like the salty type whenever it comes to doing them dances? Are you like odd, or you like, oh, let's just go out there and boogie man or something? Or,
It just depends on like the music and everything.
so do you consider yourself the slow dancing type, or just somebody just wants to get out there and cut the rug and jump everywhere?
I'm more of the type to cut the rug than slow dance.
That's Edward. Now Edward, he can't dance a lick, but my goodness, it does. Yeah, music plays, he'll jump on the bleachers, he'll try to do a cartwheel, he'll try to do the splits. Yeah, it's not a good sight to see at all. Not at all. It's yeah, pretty scary. But
Well, I can actually do a pretty good cartwheel, Mark.
if you say so.
But now, if
But
I done the splits, I'm not getting back up because I'm too old to be trying to do all that now.
um, but Johnson, just talk a little bit about your season and just I know you still got a lot of season left. Just just how it's been so far.
Our season's been pretty good. We started out like kind of iffy because we were so young and we had to work together and get over the little mental mistakes. But other than that, we worked really good together and beat several top 25 ranked teams.
And are you done with your? Are you? You said you got a super regional. Are you into that right now,
Yes, our
or
first
you?
game is tomorrow of the tournament.
Okay, and are Jens the are Jens the number one seed going in it, or am I right or wrong on that?
Yes, because we won our district. So
Uh,
now we get to host games at our place.
So, is it as long as you are winning? Do you keep the games at your place, or do you have to go somewhere else?
We
At
have
it,
this one game at our place this week, and then after you win either one or two, you go to Omer Stadium, which is Louisville softball stadium, and you play there.
well, that'd be neat. That'd be really neat. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Too bad we didn't have this thing called a job, or we come up there and be pulling for you. But we got this thing that called a job. Can't do that, but yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I've
We
never
got a
been to
thing
Louisville.
called a Saturday road trip, Mark.
But no, there could be a Saturday road trip ahead of us. So so would you have a Saturday game? I guess if you keep winning, you would have a Saturday game, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we can have a game whenever. It just depends on the bracket.
Okay. Well, we'll have to keep a close eye on that for sure. But no, what we're doing, we're trying to say close to you because we know you're fixing to sign this super deal with somebody. So, you know, of course you're gonna need somebody cutting your grass and weed eating for you and all that stuff. You buy this nice place, and I'll be happy with like one of them zero turn mowers with the fan hit me in the face and get by Edward like any kind of weed eater, he doesn't mind. He's a weed eating machine, and we'll do it up for you. Edward loves weed eating. Nah, I'm kidding.
Sure.
But that you know, again, I'm not pressing your head. I know that your team's all about one game at a time, and one thing that I personally got acquainted with and the last few years that we went up to Tate's Creek, and I met Jocelyn. I'm I'm a fan of your fans. I love the Louisville Mail fan base. I love the Louisville Mail people. Honestly, I feel love. They have. Um, I mean, you know who I'm talking about. A man's really, really close to you. and been really, really good to me. And I mean, I even had to leave hugging his neck there the other day. It seems like everybody, you know, your tight group of supporters and fans, parents, family, stuff like that. It just you can feel a lot of love with them, and it's I don't know what's the word, Edward. It's sort of addictive. You just want to be around them more and more and more and more, and I
Listen, if
just
you're asking me for big words, I
yeah,
don't know what to tell you
I
there.
know I'll figure it out. But I just had to throw that in, and just love how I've always been treated by the Louisville Mail people. And again, we know what your team goals are, and you want to be the last team standing. You want to be celebrating. Um, what's it going to take for you to reach that point?
It's going to take us to work as a team and be able to stick together throughout the whole thing and not give up on each other.
Absolutely good answer. And you know, I know you're a very humble young lady, and I think I've got to know you good enough to know that you're humble. You're all about team, but you know them guns that you've got. I mean, every time I knock a home run, I'd be like that, you know, to the fans and all that stuff. Oh yeah, I would. I know you're not like that, but I'm just saying I would. I mean, you work hard for that, and that's something that you should be very proud of. And just keep on keeping on because the future is definitely bright for you.
Thank you.
So I know there was another sport that you played that we brought you on and you kind of got us acquainted with. So I got to get your thoughts on them actually sanctioning that, but turning it into a unfortunate spring sport.
Yes, I was really upset when I found out it got sanctioned to be a spring sport. But when we were looking at it, it was supposed to be like the year of 2027 is when it was supposed to start. And I was like, well, I could play my sophomore year and that would be it. But then they changed it to it's starting this coming year of flag football. So I was kind of upset that I don't get to play it anymore.
So I do got to ask you, how did, playing flag football help you get better at softball?
I think it helped me like gain speed and like it also helped with eye coordination really well.
So I do got to ask you, did you get your dad out there and do tackle drills on him during flag football season?
No, but I tackle him all the time. I don't have to have a specific date or sport to practice that.
Well, he did tell me a few stories, so I mean I understand.
He only liked one of my tattoos, though. Yeah, from my four. He pointed them out. He said he liked that one. I can't hardly see it, but he liked the Reds logo, but he didn't like none of the other logo.
I can
Uh
get
oh.
my computer to work here.
I'll put it up there. It's definitely shots fired. Well, I think we're both clicking on it. There we go.
He's not talking about me. I lock him down all the time. When I used to play basketball, he couldn't guard me.
Oh, I feel a game coming up after this little interview here.
So
Brian, you can go
talking
ahead and
about
video it if you want to and send it to us. We'll see who actually wins this game. Oh,
so you know I know you do multiple spots. I guess is the word I'm looking for in softball. So which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the getting the strikeout? Do you prefer getting the big catch out there to end the game? You prefer the home run to walk the game off? Or what's your favorite one of those to do?
I would say playing defense at shortstop because you get to play the whole field and make big plays for your pitcher. and back her up, but I also love hitting.
I wonder why she loves hitting, folks.
Well, I mean, we did firsthand see you the last couple years, and you knock that softball around left and right. So I mean, but I do got to ask you one serious question. Is that like fence at Tate's Creek? Is it higher than normal, or is it just my imagination?
No, it's higher. Our fence at Mill isn't that tall. It's a little bit shorter.
Yeah, because every time I go there, I feel like I'm imagining that it's taller than the ones I've covered, or maybe I just got shorter going there because I have to walk a farther distance.
No, it's definitely
I have to
taller
figure.
than other places.
So, do you prefer the turf fields, the dirt fields? Which one do you prefer?
I prefer the dirt fields.
Not that often you get to hear that. So you like the sliding on the dirt and finding that nice little rock that you bump against to be able to throw it at
I told
somebody,
you,
huh?
Jocelyn, she's old school. You know, if she goes over a rock, you get that rock, throw that rock out of her way. No blood, no harm. You know, get right back up, go. See, we don't need turf. We don't need turf. Let's go back to the old school dirt fields. Yeah,
And plus, turf hurts my body running on it so much. And it's hotter than dirt.
yeah, much hotter.
I was gonna say, see, we didn't have a whole lot of turf back in my day. I think there might have been like maybe 3 schools that had it, but everybody always tells me that turf is about a 10+ degree difference when you're playing on it.
See, with, with the grass field, you could always do the homeschool advantage. Because if you was playing a team that hit the ball real good and you didn't field the ball real good, you just let your grass grow up about 15 feet in the air, and it would always slow that ball down for you. So you couldn't knock the ball over or couldn't run as fast.
Well, I don't think the players in the outfield is going to be able to see nothing either.
No, it's not fun when the grass is really tall in the outfield.
So is it hard to run through the taller grass like that?
Yes.
Has it ever been so tall that you've been out there like I'm thinking it might you step on a snake or something like that? Like you was worried
Oh,
about a
it's never
snake?
been that tall, but it's been tall to one point. It was like, it seemed like when we were all running in the outfield, we were so much slower and we were just stuck.
Well, I know back in my day, a lot of schools we complain about other schools, of course, growing the grass higher and also soaking the fields down with water, especially in football. You'd hear that a lot in football. Just literally slow the other team down if they had to.
So
That's why
he
we
said
say,
he said water. So I'm going to have to ask you that. When you're playing a softball game, do you prefer like a little bit of wind blowing? You prefer like the heat, or do you prefer like a nice misty rain?
I would say like the cool winds, the slight breeze, because I feel like when we're playing in rain, like the ball gets really slick, and then with dirt, it gets a little harder to grip and throw the ball, especially with pitching when you want to work on spins during the game.
So, got to ask you, which team is probably like one of your favorite teams to play against?
Assumption.
uh-oh, I'm not going to read that.
I'm not. I'm done. I'm done talking to him. Like some of the home runs I have hit this year, the wind was not blowing.
I don't think he'd do no trash talking or nothing.
Well, he does a lot.
Talking about
So,
hitting, I was educated a couple of weeks ago about this. 'Cause might be playing for a league myself. I'm like, so just aluminum baseball bat. They said, what? We can't use aluminum baseball bats. So, have you ever?
Oh,
Oh,
that's my brother, and he's speaking facts.
I'd say that there's going to be some friendly competition after this interview.
Well, Brian, if I was a little bit closer, I'd come help you. But it's gonna take me like 4 hours to drive up there, and they're done already gonna have you.
And
You
by the
know,
time he stopped and ate twice, it'd actually take him 6 hours to get up there.
well, man, I do get a little hungry on long drives. So,
But on the bat deal, I was like, just seeing aluminum bat. He's like, what? He's like, we can't use aluminum bat. I was like, what are you talking about? And have you ever swung with one of them old school aluminum bats? Because they were supposed to hit the ball like 20 times harder. Have you ever?
No, I've never swung one. If I did, I was probably a little bit younger, so I don't remember.
I can imagine seeing Johnson with one of them old school aluminum bats hit one of them softballs and knocked them like clean across the highway or something like that. That was supposed to, like mathematics, supposed to come off the bat like so many mile per hour faster and all the other stuff. And that's the reason why you'd use the bats you'd use today to make the game a whole lot more safer. Because, yeah, I'd say bring back the old school aluminum bats, that burn your hands up. And, yeah.
speaking
Brian,
of bats,
Brian probably remembers the old school aluminum bats.
speaking of
Not probably
bats, have
most.
you ever been up to the plate to hit and your bat break on you?
No, but one time during when I was hitting at lessons, I went to go hit the ball and it just sounded completely dead, and we didn't know what happened, and my bat ended up breaking. I try to make sure during the game that my bat, like before the game, my bat is good.
So, but Mark, before I keep going,
Well, the aluminum bats, you could drill in them, put stuff in them, put the cap back on. But I'm not trying to make people cheat. But yeah.
I think it's cheating, Mark.
Well, it's only cheating if you get caught. It's fun and games until you get caught, and then it's cheating. So, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I guess.
Okay, one example. A coach cheats. He finishes 31-0. He gets a $100,000 contract. A coach that does it the right way finishes 0-31, gets fired. Well, I did it the right way. Okay, get out of here. Thank you. Doing it the right way. Edward, you go out to say I'm right. See, Edward saying I'm right. When he does like that, he knows I got a point. But Josh, I'm not telling you to cheat. I know you play the game the right way and stuff like that. And again, thank you for coming on, having some laughs with us and stuff. And Brian's been talking quite a bit of smack here. I will give you a chance to maybe talk it back a little bit here if you want to. I heard that you're a Joe Burrow fan.
Yeah, I give him a lot of crap about it because he likes to brag in my face about Lamar and all them. But when they were struggling, I jumped to the Bengals and was on Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase's side and everything, and rubbing it on his face and saying that they suck and everything. And then it just became funny where we started having like that mutual beef between us. And so I just continued saying that Joe Burrow was better than Lamar and all this to get him going.
I'll
And
tell
then
you.
when other teams were playing the Ravens, I would say I was cheering for them and would hope the Ravens would lose. So I would get him started.
All thing you have to do to Brian every time you see him, just say, who day? Who day? Walk by and say, who day? So the comments has got quiet. Yeah. He's going to be pounding on their door in about 30 minutes. What's going to happen here? And he's not going to stop to eat twice. But yeah, thank you for coming on and being a great guest. And eh, the proof's in the pudding. And the first thing that me and they were both noticed from last year to this year is how your body is completely transformed. The muscle, my goodness. So whatever you're doing, keep on keeping on. Great things are coming your way. You got a great support staff. You got great coaches up there, I mean, greatness is in your future, and you got a good head on your shoulders because you come on here and you laugh at us, and you've always been a really really good interview with us. And like I said, I've become a fan of Louisville Mail, and we ha- we always make it a priority to get up there and see you during that.
And you know,
Maybe Jocelyn understands that one here.
He cannot be talking. He eats more than I do.
So what is big back activities?
It
Yeah,
means where like you like eat so much and you always want food and stuff and you're constantly eating. I have a reason to eat all the
yeah,
time
you can say you're a growing young girl.
and I do a lot more
You
than
got
he
high
does.
metabolism.
He's the
I,
big back here.
yeah, I could stare at sandwich and gain 10 pounds.
and you know, speaking of Brian, you know, it was crazy that he had to remind me that you were just a fresh. What you're doing at the fresh.
He's not wrong.
Well, I will say she is bulking up in muscle because that's the first thing that Brian pointed out. He said when she walked by, look at her arms, and I'm like, "That go." And Mark wanted to arm wrestle you, but then he backed out when he.
Not after I'd seen her arm, I'm like, no, 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 no. Like, I'm not going there. Folks, even the flick she just did don't show the true definition. This girl's ripped up. She's absolutely. She wears that jersey. That sleeve is like as tight as it can be on that arm, and she's ripped up. I mean, yeah,
So you know, like when me and him was talking, it's crazy to think that we've been covering you since I believe you was the seventh grade.
Yes.
So, do you, have you noticed like yourself? I know a lot of athletes tell me that they feel like they're improving, but they don't like physically see it. So, do you see how much you have improved yourself from like seventh, eighth, ninth?
Yes, I can see it definitely a lot, especially from seventh grade year to now. Especially not even just like sports wise, but like maturity wise.
yep, yeah. I just now thought of it. I've been trying to think of this whole interview, and Brian might remember this movie. And Joshua, I don't know if you did. I don't know if you're a big Sylvester Stallone fan, but he made a movie called Over the Top. Probably don't ring a bell with you. But you
No.
need to get him to rent that for you or something on DVD or watch it on Netflix or something. You'll know exactly what I mean. It was about arm wrestling, so I could see getting up to that podium, turn that hat around. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, once you get done with softball, you'd always go to professional arm wrestling for sure. It's actually a pretty good movie. I don't know if Brian's watched it, but it's actually pretty decent. I like
Well,
it. I don't know.
that's the only time you're going to hear me agree with him, and please don't tell nobody else that I agreed with Mark. But I will have to say it's a pretty good movie.
And every time you lock hands, they show that extreme close up where, like, they show, like, oh, okay. I can see Josh, so I get ready to slam someone. Yeah, 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 yeah. Women arm wrestle too. They make tens of thousands of dollars doing that. You know,
So
I put my money on her.
Mark, I got one more question. Then
She,
do
I,
you
I
want to
wish,
try
I
the
wish
hard
you
hitting
and her
question?
would, I wish you and her would arm wrestle. I'd videotape that up there. Next game we
I
go
like
to,
my
will you,
arm being attached.
Jocelyn? Next game we go and cover you. Will you arm wrestle Edward and let me actually videotape it, play it on one of her shows?
Yes, I will.
The challenge has been made. You have to do it now.
Well, I'll do it, but as long as she leaves my shoulder attached. So, out of this season alone, what's been probably your favorite game that you played in?
I would say the Assumption for the district championship game.
So was it
But
just the energy or
I would also say the Harrison County game when we were down in Destin, Florida for our spring break.
but Mark, you want to try your hard hitting questions before I show her a few things we put together?
Well, Jocelyn's definitely mature enough to handle these hard hitting questions. Are you ready for the hard hitting ones now?
Yes.
Okay. Edward, he normally cracks after about the second one and starts mumbling to himself. It really affects him, like emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, whatever. Spiritually, all that. All them
You
leaves.
done, you done
Yeah,
said
yeah.
spiritually.
Oh, oh, yeah, I did. Okay. This is for team only. Okay. No coaches, no parents, no anybody. Just team only. They're all in like a 15 passenger van or a 20 passenger van, or if there's any such thing as a 20 passenger van, super jumbo van. The van tears up, who's going to get out and fix it?
Um, that's a great question. Mm,
Can't call for a tow.
I feel like it would possibly be either my teammate Kinsey or I don't know, to be honest, because none of them like to do things like that.
Well, me either. Ever makes me go out there and fix it all the time. He'll sit on his phone, it pouring rain, he'll make me fix the vehicle every time. He won't even hold the umbrella. I'll be out there a second. I gotta check this real quick. Yeah. Well, Kinsey fixes the van. Okay, you get the van going. You're running out of fuel. You pull it to a gas station. Who's paying for the gas?
I would say Cameron, one of our juniors.
So Cameron's going to pull out the wad of dough and say, "I got this, folks." Hey, would she buy each other, everybody a pop or a drink or something too, or she just buy the fuel only?
She might buy us a drink, maybe.
Well, that's more than what Edward would do. But yeah, I'm not going to tell you the Edward story. Yeah, Edward will make us put the gas in the vehicle, everything, and then after I spend all my money for fuel to get us to Tate's Creek, he stops like 2 miles up the road at a pilot at McDonald's and buys a sausage biscuit, puts 4 hash browns on it, and
One
and
hash
and only
brown.
throws the wrapper at me. He throws the wrapper at me after he eats it.
Well, a funny story is though, before he answers you the last question, we was coming back from Gaddy Town one day and he was falling asleep. Me and Ryan was up front and he was falling asleep. So I would hit my brake real hard so he would smack forward into the seat. Or I would just whip real hard where his head would bounce off my window. That ain't being
He,
mean, is it?
No, not at all.
he about
See,
gave me whiplash. My neck hurt for a week after that. And he's also trying to throw stuff in my mouth too, because he was sitting there trying to throw stuff in my mouth. But yeah,
well,
yeah,
that was
they
Ryan throwing popcorn and paper at you. I was driving.
Yeah, I wake up a mouthful of paper in my mouth. Yeah, it's not. But okay, last but not least, okay, you get the van fueled up, you get it fixed. You go to a teammate's house to do like a Netflix and chill, okay? But you can't do DoorDash, you can't do pizza delivery, anything like that. Who's gonna cook dinner?
Um, I would say Rachel.
So what would Rachel fix?
It's a great question. I think she would ask us like variety, like give us options depending on like what there is available, and she would cook it for us.
I know who we need to start hanging out with, Rachel, because she's gonna cook supper every time. So, Rachel, if you hear us, we're up Louisville. They're covering you one day. We want some kind of like dinner fix for us or something. But look at that. She went through that like nothing. She's like sliced cheese. Ever gets her about 2 questions and quits. So yeah, good job. But before I ever chose you, whatever. Thank you for coming on. Great interview. We knew it would be. Had a good time with you, and you get it. And thank you for having some laughs with us. And again, wish you personally the best of luck. You've got a great family. I love Brian to death, and like I said, I had to leave a hug. That's a man that, even if he is a Ravens fan, you know, we're going to have to work on that a little bit. But other than that, he's a good guy. And oh, Edward, I'll let you post this one up.
Yeah, I sure do because every time he hands me the bags of the food or something, I get his out first and I take a bite or I get a drink of his drink even because I call it taxes. Personal taxes.
But so I'm gonna have to edit that part that way my kids don't hear it. Because if so, then my personal taxes are gonna leave me like a half a French fry.
Well, I don't ever get no taxes because Edward eats in front of me, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, just thank you for coming on. Good luck in your future. Your future is bright, and like I said, I became a fan. Absolutely a fan of you personally, a fan of Louisville Mail, a fan of just the support staff up there, and you guys are awesome. You guys are absolutely awesome. And somebody like Brian, I could think of it like a man like Brian. I could go out. I don't know if he's a coffee drinker, maybe sit on the porch, drink coffee, just have a good old time, and would have a boring minute without him. And I'll tell you, it would be just again just a great family. And thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So before I show you the two graphics, I got one final question to ask you. So, what would you consider your favorite aspect about softball?
Hmm. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. I don't have like an official answer to that one.
So that'll be a to be continued for next time.
But she did go through the hard hitting question, so maybe she needed a little bit of time to reset after the hard hitting.
We'll go with that. But I'm sure you're familiar with this part. So, out of the two graphics we've put together, tell me which one of the two you like, and that way, hopefully, Mark's head don't explode after this part.
I like that one. I really like that one.
So, the second one,
Yes.
see, unfortunately, that's what I figured was going to happen.
Who they? Who they? Who they? Who they going to beat them Bengals? Who they? Yeah. Who they? Who they? Yeah,
Did
I
you
do.
do your funny little light? You didn't do your funny little lightning thing.
Yeah, I did the lightning before. Who day? Yeah, who day?
So actually,
I
I got one more. I got one more
Robbie knocking
question
on the
now.
door here in 5 minutes, throwing me out in the yard. You know,
I do got
right.
one more question before we let you go, and it's talking about the personal taxes. So, took, I took Mark to Gaddytown up in Lexington. I took Mark to Gaddytown up there in Lexington, and there was like one slice of pepperoni pizza left on the buffet. And he goes by and clotheslines this little sweet old lady to get that slice of pizza. So, would you do that?
No, I would not do that. I would let the old lady have the piece of pizza.
See, Mark, while he was eating, I picked her up and got her a fresh slice when they set it out like 2 seconds later.
She wasn't cut for one thing. I did say I'm sorry after knocking her over,
But
but
like on that part, like you could have waited and let her had the last slice and waited till they had the fresh pizza out because she could have just had that piece of pizza and you could have had the fresh piece.
that
I've
doesn't make
listened.
sense.
You need to listen, Mark.
Get the fresher pizza. So the pizza's been up there for like 20 minutes, and I'll still taste. But Molly come back today. I was just going to say you can't live off love. You got to eat.
You do, but you had
No,
breadsticks,
you do your
sausage
taxes. You
pizza.
do your taxes.
But I do personally want to thank you for taking your time to come on. Now, I'm sorry you had to deal with Mark and Mark. That's all that I can say.
Thank you for
But,
having me.
but it's always a blast having you on here. And again, it's crazy thinking that you're only just a freshman and performing at the level that you are. I'm super excited to see how much improvement you do next season. And I don't think I can tell you is just keep doing what y'all are doing, and best of luck on your. I think you said you got your game tomorrow, so best of luck on it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, we only kept her
Great
on for like
interview.
3.5 hours or something like that. I mean, she's like, they ain't never gonna quit talking to me. Yeah, we kept her on for like, Lily, I think she come on like 25 after, and it's probably what 15 after now. I still probably had 15 different things I could ask her. But again, that's what I know I've said about 4 times already this show. It just going up there around that support staff, around that family, and just around just everybody around the Louisville male. Uh, I guess between the coaches, the families, the supports, you got to be fans of that. It just was just a great welcome. It was just absolute great. And I'll tell you, me and Brian, we could have us a good old time. Yeah, I know we could, and he's a good guy.
And Hunter, thank you for the great comment. Yeah. It has been a great show. Had some outstanding guests today.
Yep, and
so Mark, we're going to do a quick rundown.
And Brian's answering us here. He's saying, thank you guys. When they win tomorrow, they'll play Monday, 3 o'clock at Omer. So they'll play Monday. So we ain't gonna get the Saturday opportunity there. Yeah.
Well, I'll blame that on you, Mark.
But it's hard not to be fans of them. It's just a really, really good group, and I'm sure Hunter knows them really, really good too. Louisville softball's Monday on Memorial Day. Then Hunter says we definitely have to talk about the state softball bracket coming up. Yeah, we need to bring Hunter on here on some of that too.
So absolutely. So see, that would be We
Be a
need to
good
try to
little.
get him on a Sunday or a Wednesday before you know the state and all this lines out, so we can talk a little bit about that bracket.
Oh yeah.
But we're going to do a quick rundown on the most anticipated graphics of all time, the top 5 must see. So, are you ready?
And Mars.
Exactly. So, this is your Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media top 5 must see. And you're going to see some familiar names, Mark. It's Cole from Taylor County with a .13 ERA. Aaron Pennington from Rawlins County with 20 doubles. Kip Allen from Whitley County with a .38 ERA. Can't see that name, but I think it's Bradley or Brady. Brady from Ashland with 15 home runs. And Roland from North Bullitt with 53 RBIs, Mark.
We've interviewed a few of them, had a couple of them on the show, and there's a few names on there that ain't ringing a bell to me. The Aaron Pennington from Rowan, and looks up to Brady from Ashland, and there's a couple on there I'm not real familiar with. I just trust you on your research on that. But I've been on it for most 2 years, so you know where I'm headed. I'm gonna stay on that Whitley County train, and I'm telling you, they was going to cover them last night, and of course, one sprinkle become a monsoon, and I had my grandkid with me, and I had to get him out of that weather, and he's already dealing with some ear infections, so sort of we had to go with him, but it wound up being a great game. I think it wound up being 3-1 the final. Corbin won't lay down for nobody. They've been there and done it, but whoever comes out of that 13th region, and there's a lot of good teams in it. Somebody's going to tell for 13th region team.
Absolutely. So moving over to the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media top 5 must see in softball, you got McLean from South Warren with 25 home runs. You got Michaela Shepard from Perry County Central with 49 RBIs and 8 home runs. Kenley Johnson from Cooper with 38 RBIs. Aubrey Robbins from Nelson County with 232 strikeouts and 8 home runs. And Molly from Belfry with 263 strikes and 11 home runs.
Molly was a great interview. It's hard to forget about that. But now McLean is, goodness. Well, the bride commented on that. Yeah, she's my goodness. I think she's not defending, but I think she was the softball player of the year in the state of Kentucky last year. Probably will win it this year. Also, she's in the running for National Player of the Year. She's also under 18 Olympic team, won a gold medal, all world shortstop. Let me repeat that: all world shortstop, commit to Florida State. Yeah, she's a stud, and we talked to a young lady that's got a bright future also too. But every one of that's a stud list right there. Molly's a great player. That Michaela Shepard. I'm not real familiar with the Cooper girl, but that's a big list.
Absolutely. And we had 3 stud athletes on tonight. And the
Yeah.
crazy thing is, need I say it again, they're just
Yeah.
freshmen.
All 3 of them was fresh. Folks, let's say that tonight. All 3 interviews we had tonight was freshmen. One just said that they was the first one to knock a home run in their new park. We know what Jocelyn's been doing. Josh should just say, when we're talking generational talents, Jocelyn, just how she's transforming herself, she'll be there. You talk about the Samples twins out there in Clay County, and my goodness, folks, There is so much talent. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Everywhere.
Exactly. So, we're only about 2 hours over our time, but, Mark, all good things must come to an end. So, any final thoughts?
Nah, I'm just burning up in this hot room. Got to turn my air on. And yeah.
But I'm going to leave you like I normally do. There's still a whole lot of baseball and softball left to go. And, I just want to thank all of our guests for coming on today. And, I'm going to leave you like normal now. You're into the postseason time. All these student athletes would love to see you out there in their stands cheering them on, see all the hard work that they've put out, and done to be able to get to the point that they're at. So, please go out there and cover them and to watch these young student athletes play the sport that they love. But from everybody here at the Bryant Family Medicine, All Sports Media, we want to tell you good night.
Before we close it. Before we close it here,
shout out to Robert Daniels and the Lady Lions, the Lady Mountain Lions, for being back-to-back district champions.
Can I say they're restoring the roar? Sounds pretty good. Restore the roar. No.
Yeah, we'll let Bobby D think on that.
I liked it.
But, big shout out to Bobby D, looking forward to seeing what, the Lady Lions does in the postseason also. And, just excited to see what happens here. But again, from everybody here at the Bryant Family Medicine, All Sports Media, we want to tell you good night and God bless.